Hey guys, it's coffee time. I don't know why I grabbed it with two hands. That was silly of me. I have something sad to talk to you guys about today. I wasn't going to talk about it at all, actually. And also, everything might shake a bunch because the cat's up there. So if I'm talking about something super serial and the camera's shaking all over the place, I'm really sorry. Because he has no respect. He has no respect for what's going on. But, yeah, I wasn't going to talk about it, but I figured this is a daily vlog. I tell you guys about my life. I shouldn't edit things out when they're important or big things that happen. So for the last week and a half, my Nena has been at the hospital. She has, I think they said she had lymphoma, which is like lymph node cancer. Some form of cancer that spread all over her body. She is not the type of person who trusts doctors very much, so she did not go until like she had no other options, which is really sad. But she went and they said, you have really developed cancer all over your body, and they guessed that she probably had about a week. So it turns out that she lived longer than that, but I did get a call from my mom, and she said that my Nana had passed away. It was very sad. She and I were never very close, unfortunately, but I'm glad that the members of my family that were close with her were only like a 5-hour drive, so they were able to go and visit, and I was able to have a phone call with her. Although it was really sad being on the phone with her because she's super weak, so she didn't really talk at all. It was just more me like talking at her, so I felt bad, but I know that she wanted to talk with me. She wanted to like hear my voice. So that's been going on. That like my phone call with her and everything else was like I think like a week ago. And my mom and my aunt and my brother and my cousin, I think. I don't know if there were more of them. Those are the ones that I know. They went back for a second trip and she passed away during their second trip. So just found out about that. It's very sad. I think everybody's doing okay. When I was originally talking to my parents a while back, I was like, "Do you want me, I can come home for a little bit, you know, just to be there for the family," and they were saying not to worry about it because I'll be there in July, and they were like, "We'll be fine. It's okay." All right. So I feel bad that I'm not there right now. I wish that I was. I wish that I was able to be with my family, but I'm glad that I'm going home soon. I got a month. So that's what's been going on with me. My Nana was a really interesting person. She grew up in the Ozarks, which in America there are a lot of stereotypes about the Ozarks. I know that when she was growing up, a lot of those stereotypes were true. I don't know if they're still true, but the community there, when she was growing up, is very intense religious community, which there's nothing wrong with that, but she grew up not trusting medicine or science or anything like that, which is unfortunate. So she was very, very superstitious, and she got married at 14 years old. She never really got a chance to like fully live out being a child. And you can kind of see that in her, but I don't know. She and I she and I were never very close, but I'm not super sure why. She really wanted to teach me how to paint, and I tried so hard. I was like, okay, I'm going to learn how to paint. She and my brother were very close. My brother painted a bunch with her, and she was an amazing painter. We still have tons of her paintings. She did these beautiful landscapes all the time. And so she wanted to teach all of her grandkids how to paint, and I was like, I think it was frustrating because I actually was like one of the more artistic kids. So I think she hoped so much that I would pick up on the painting thing, and I just never did. Like painting and I never really gelled. So I would paint when she was around, but I wouldn't paint on my off time, and she was always like, really? Can you just paint some on your own? I was like, I don't want to. She also tried to teach me violin, which I liked it, but I didn't have the self-motivation to be able to do like the scales on my own or anything like that. So again, I would only do it when she was around, when she was like making me. And now that I'm older, I'm like, if only I had stuck to both of those things, I could paint. I would be like an awesome painter, and I could know violin. I would know so many things, but I never did. I don't know. She's a very soft-spoken person. And she also told me to never go outside because she and I have the same skin. We have this like weird like milky skin, whatever. Her skin was always like frighteningly soft. She was super, super pale, and her skin almost like, it almost had like a shine to it. It was just like, it was so, like, she just obviously never went outside. And she and I would like sit on the porch, and she would like grab one of my hands, and she'd be like, don't go out in the sun, sweetie, because if you go out in the sun, you'll ruin this skin. And I was like, oh, okay. And then I'd immediately run off and climb a tree. Something. But something that I think is really cool is she finally like wrote down, she's had a really intense life. She wrote down, like hand wrote a huge autobiography and like small stories about her life. And I think my aunt is going to be typing those up. So now seems like the time to read them. My Nana always used to say, when I would be telling her that I was like upset about something or ashamed about something, she'd say, oh, don't worry, sweetie. I've done things that are way worse than that. And I was always like, what have you done? I want to know. I want to know all of these things about your life, because she didn't talk about her life very much. So now that she's written down so much of it, I really want to read it. Apparently she's written about like her life growing up in the Ozarks and getting married really young and having so many kids and all of this other stuff. And I want to read about it so badly. But yeah, I haven't seen her. It's probably been like, years. It's probably like 5 or 6 years since I saw her. Because I know she visited my mom and dad, but I wasn't there when she visited. It was a long time. That phone call that I had with her was the first time I had talked to her in a long time, which was really sad. So that's what's been going on with me. That's been one of the things happening this last week and a half, which is why I was saying that when I had something mindless like Diablo to play, especially when I was playing with friends, it really took my mind off of everything. I was able to just kind of be like, yeah, killing stuff, killing skeletons and things. But I'm glad she's not in pain anymore. Whatever you believe, she ain't in pain anymore, which is nice. It's very good. And it sounds like she went pretty peacefully. So I'm happy for that as well. And I'm glad that, talking to my parents, it sounds like she was in a lot of pain at certain points. So I'm really glad that when they said, she probably has about this long to live, I'm glad that it was about that long if she was in that much pain. Because being told, all right, you got about this much time, if I was in that much pain, I'd be like, all right, cool, I'm mentally planning for about that long. So, yeah. I don't even know what else to say. There isn't really anything else to say. Love you, Nena. I'm sorry that we didn't spend a lot of time together, but you were pretty awesome. Very interesting person. She hated, this is gonna be so, this is like not going to apply to anything, but I just remembered it and I figured I would say it in a video so that later if I forgot I could watch the video. She hated soap operas. She hated them. She was the type of person who had nothing bad to say about anyone. She would rant about soap operas and how they were destroying society. She loathed them. But the weird thing is, they were usually on in her living room. When I would visit, they would be on the TV, and I'd be like, why is this on if you hate them so much? I don't understand. She's a funny woman. A funny woman. Funny, sweet, talented woman. And hopefully I'm hoping that I can get one of her paintings and have it wherever I'm living, because I think that would be really cool. I have something from her husband, my grandpa. He passed away my freshman year of college. I have a couple of things of his that I like keeping around and being like, grandpa, you. So I'd like to have something of hers too. Anywho, just wanted to tell you guys about that. Talk about my Nena a little bit, because I think it's good to talk about her. And, yeah. I hope you guys had a good day. I hope this wasn't depressing. And I'll talk to you guys again tomorrow. I'm having an in day, man. I'm watching Adventure Time, because you can't be sad watching Adventure Time. And, eating all the food, just curling up in my chair. That's the plan. So that's gonna be my day. So I hope you guys have a good day, and yeah, talk to you tomorrow. Bye-bye. Mwah!